Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking in HD. It's Bart, and today I've made for you some breaded veal, and on it I've made a Gorgonzola, Marsala, and mushroom cream sauce that I've topped over top of my breaded veal. And I'm serving it with just some penne noodles with a basic cream sauce. I'm going to show you how to make all of three of these things on this recipe and edition of Cooking in HD. So stick around. I hope you enjoy. Cheers. Right, so here we have my veal, and this is how I got it from my butcher. And what you want to do is, you'll notice on the cutting board I've put some saran wrap out on top, and then I've got another piece ready here, and I'm going to put the veal in between. And I've got a meat cleaver or tenderizer, and so with the sort of the pointy end, I'm just going to tenderize this on both sides. Okay, so this side is now done. You can see it's a little bit larger, and now I just flip it over like this, and I'll do the other side. Okay, so now I've done both sides. I just take this out from the saran wrap, and obviously it's gotten just a little bit bigger because it's been flattened out, and I just set it aside into a prepared dish, and I'll be putting them in there until they're done. All right, well, let me show you what I've got here. I've tenderized all the pieces of veal that I'm going to be using, and I've created an assembly line here. I've got about 6 tablespoons of flour on this plate. I've got 4 eggs that I'm going to beat in this bowl. I've got some Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, and then I'm going to fry it in this rather large pan with some olive oil and butter. Right, so I've got my piece of veal, and I just want to dredge it in my flour to give the eggs a nice surface to stick to. Then I dip this in my beaten egg mixture, which I've seasoned with salt and pepper. Then put this into my breadcrumbs and make sure that it's evenly coated on both sides of the veal. Shake off any excess and then lay it down and pan fry it for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. It's been about 1.5 to 2 minutes. I'm just going to turn this over. That's just what I want. Nice and golden brown. Okay, so it's been another minute or 2 on that side. That's done, and I just put it into a dish to set aside, and we'll probably put this in the oven under a really low heat just to keep it nice and warm for the next step, which is to make our Marsala sauce. Okay, well, let me introduce you to my Marsala mushroom and Gorgonzola sauce ingredients. As I mentioned, I think the fall is a great time to get nice mushrooms. These are cremini. These are shiitake mushrooms. I've removed the stem. And these are oyster mushrooms, some of my favorite, very delicate, nice texture. I've removed the stems as well. And I'm also going to need some table cream, some Gorgonzola, some Marsala, and 2, maybe 3 cloves of garlic. And I'm probably going to use some olive oil and butter for sauteing as well. Right, well, now I've just sort of chopped the creminis and the shiitake mushrooms as well. But I've kept the oyster mushrooms whole. They're not that big, and they're going to shrink a little bit when we saute them, which is what we're going to do next. Right, so in the same pan that I used for pan frying the veal, I've just added a little bit of butter and olive oil, and I haven't cleaned it off. You can see the bits are all still here. So there's a lot of flavor here, and this is where we're going to actually fry the mushrooms. All right, let's get our mushrooms in. Sea salt here, a generous sprinkle, and I've got some pepper on there as well. gonna mince some garlic, put that in there. Right now I want to add about half a cup of my Marsala wine. Maybe 1 cup. Okay, so you can see that this is reduced quite nicely. The mushrooms have absorbed some of the Marsala wine, and I'm just making sure that all of the sticky bits that were on the bottom are now scraped off. And next I'm just going to add just a splash of the table cream. And by the way, this is now sort of on a medium-low. And we're going to add maybe about half a cup here. And I'll mix this in. Well, I'm quite pleased with that sauce so far. I've just let the cream sort of reduce just for another minute or two. And the next thing I want to do is take some of my Gorgonzola. You can see this has been sitting at room temperature. Break it up and just sort of throw that in there. And I want it to melt into the sauce. Obviously you want to do this with pretty clean hands. Well, it really didn't take long for the Gorgonzola to sort of melt. Let's give this a quick taste. Let's see here. Wow, it's creamy. It's got a little bit of a bite to it from the Gorgonzola, but that goes really well with the mushrooms. So this is done, and I'm gonna turn this off the heat, and now I'll just show you how to make the pasta that we're gonna serve as a side dish. Okay, for the pasta that goes with this, it's dead simple. Just boil some water, have a frying pan with a couple glugs of olive oil standing by. I've got some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Here's my penne, and I've got one garlic in the garlic press ready to go. So just gonna add my pasta, the water, boil it for package instructions 8 to 12 minutes depending on the pasta. My pasta is about a minute away from being cooked, so I just minced a little bit of garlic and just gonna fry it up. Okay, I just grabbed some pasta water there. Okay, throw the pasta into the oil. Whew, steamy. Okay, add a couple handfuls of Parmesan and some of the pasta water and mix. Alright, and there is the plated product. We've got the Marsala, the cream sauce on top of the veal with the mushrooms, and I've just garnished it with a little bit of parsley for color and a little bit of fragrance. So I'll try this for you in just a minute, and hope you enjoyed this recipe. Okay guys, well here is the final product that I just plated for you. So first I want to take some of this cream sauce. I mean, look at it. It's all over the mushrooms. Let's take a, Now, that's amazing. Marsala wine is actually a little bit sweet, and Gorgonzola has a little bit of a pungent, sharp taste. And together they work really, really well. So I'm just gonna scoop up a few noodles. Wow. Oh man, you are gonna enjoy this. It's a really, really creative way of using some fresh mushrooms and some really creamy Gorgonzola cheese. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. And if you like what you see here, go to cookinginhd.com and just search for Gorgonzola or mushroom cream sauce. And you'll be able to get this whole recipe with ingredients and step-by-step directions, as well as this video.